Audio Jungle.
Hello students, this is in continuation of our reading class. In the last class, we have studied how to answer the list of headings type of questions under the passage Why Being Bored is Stimulating and Useful Too. We have seen that the passage is generally of 800 to 1000 words, and in order to solve the list of headings, we have nicely categorized the page into two halves. One half where we have the paragraph, and the other side we have kept the questions again for our easy reference. So this is the way we are solving. In the last class, we have studied how to eliminate unrequired information, how to not focus on examples and explanations, and how to categorize the main factor of the passage, which is the summary. And that happens to be the list of headings. And that is how we did it in our previous section. Now we proceed to the continuation. Again, in a similar context. To the right hand side, we have a paragraph. Again, just to tell you the word count, it is 148 words. Similarly, to the other hand, we have again kept those list of questions, and this is the paragraph B which we have to answer for our 15th question in the passage here. As always, first thing first, go through the list of headings properly and understand them very clearly. So let's begin. The first one, the productive outcomes that may result from boredom. Boredom is being bored, that is not being active. So here the word productive means beneficial. Outcomes are results. So what are the beneficial outcomes which are occurring due to boredom? The second option is about the role of teachers who can prevent boredom. The third one is about the new explanation and the new cure. Cure is a remedy. Fourth option, problems with a specific approach to boredom. What are the problems with a specific approach? Option number 5 is about a potential danger arising from boredom. Option 6 is creating a system of classification for feelings of boredom. 7 is age groups most affected by boredom. What are the age groups who are mostly affected by boredom? The eighth one is identifying those most affected by boredom. Who are the people who are mostly affected by boredom? Now all these options we have to clearly remember, and then go to the paragraph and read for those lines which are matching to these words here. So let's start by asking people about their experiences of boredom. Thomson got his and his team at the University of Konstanz in Germany have recently identified 5 different types. So by asking people, that is one keyword. What they have done? They have identified 5 different types of boredoms, and the colon punctuation mark here is the list of the 5. So what is it? It is indifferent, calibrating, searching, reactant, and apathetic. These are the 5 classifications. Yes, the 5 classification is this, creating the classifications of the further feelings of boredom. So here it matches clearly, and when the keywords match, you remember that we keep it in the green marking. Now let's see how the other paragraph is related to this main point only. So these can be plotted into 2 axes, one running left to right, which measures low to high arousal, and the other from top to bottom, which measures how positive or negative the feeling is. So what is this speaking about? These five are again classified into two. One from the right to left and other from the top to bottom. So what is this all? This is the explanation. And like in our last class explanation, we will keep it in the red mark. That is not important. Now the continuation. Gottes has found that while people experience all kinds of freedom, they tend to specialize in one of the five types. The most damaging is reactant boredom, with its explosive combination of high arousal and negative emotion. Only because the word we have found it here as emotion does not match to the word here, which is speaking about the age groups are affected and so on. And if you are just speaking about the word emotion and taking the word here too as boredom, then you are, though correct with the answer, it's only half correct. Why? Because among the five, it is speaking here about one emotion, which is the reactant. The word reactant is here in the group. Continuing, the most useful is what Gossett calls indifferent boredom. Someone isn't engaged in anything satisfying but still feels relaxed and calm. It is again defining how indifferent boredom is. Indifferent boredom is here. So, this is what the distinct type out of the five, this is one. So this is again the explanation, isn't it? And we know explanations are not our answers. Next, however, it remains to be seen whether there are any character traits that predict the kind of boredom each of us might be prone to. So it is speaking about the characteristics. We don't have any option which is speaking about characteristics. So this whole becomes an explanation, and the main categorization is here identifying five distinct types by asking people which is option number 6, and that is our answer. So here we take exactly as the font is, which is 6. Now, in the similar context, we do the next question, which is solving paragraph C, question number 16. Again, it's the same pattern. Go through the list of headings. Once they are the answers, try to eliminate them. So, 6 was already solved, so we eliminate it. 4 was the answer for paragraph A, which we have solved in our earlier video. So we eliminate that. Now we go through the balance options. The productive outcomes, the teacher's role, new explanation and new cure, potential danger, age groups, and identifying those most affected. Now remembering all these, we get into the paragraph. Again, it is not just to read the 137 words of paragraph C, but it is to match with the words which are given here as list of headings. So let's start. Very clearly seeing which word is matching. So come on. Psychologist Sandy Mann at the University of Central Lancashire, UK, goes further. All emotions are there for the reason, including boredom. She says, now we have the word here, all emotions. The moment you see the word all emotions does not match that it is going to this answer, which is feelings. Right, because paragraph B has already been taken for option 6. So these words are the trap words here. Now the next line. Man has found that being bored makes us more creative. We are all afraid of being bored, but in actual fact, it can lead to all kinds of amazing things, she says. What is this line speaking about? Being bored can make us creative. Continuing the reading, students, in experiments published that year, man found that people who had been made 10 feel bored by copying numbers out of their phone book for 15 minutes come up more with more creative ideas about how to use a polystyrene cup. Then a control group, Marin concluded that a passive boring activity is just for creativity. Massive concluded that. What did she conclude? So, this is the main point. What did she conclude? That a passive boring activity. How is boring? As I described in the earlier part, boring is not being active. That is a passive activity. So this is the definition. The way you should read is also very important, students. So it is a passive boring activity is best for creativity because it allows the mind to wander. So, what is creativity doing? It is the best. The best is speaking about the productive outcomes. So, here are the words matching. Because is speaking about the result. So, again, the word matches. It allows the mind to wander. In fact, she goes so far as to suggest that we should seek out more boredom in our lives. So she says that we should go on for getting more bored so that we become more creative. So among all the options, which is the correct heading? It is one, which is the productive outcomes that may result from boredom. Similarly, here it was said, boredom makes us more creative. Man has found that being bored makes us more creative. So this is the way we got our answer. So paragraph C is option 1. We are doing now the third paragraph, which is paragraph C. And as always, these are the list of headings. In the earlier questions, that is for question number 14 and 15, we have got the answer, which is sixth one. So we eliminated from the options, and we also got fourth answer for our 14th question. So we eliminated. Now we will read the balance questions, the balance list of headings, and we will match how it is in this paragraph. So option number 1, the productive outcomes that may result from boredom. Option 2, teacher's role in preventing boredom. Option 3, the explanation and the cure. Cure, remember, it is the remedy. Option 5, it is a potential danger arising from boredom. That is the important danger, the possible danger. Option 7 is age groups which are most affected by the boredom. And option 8 is identifying those who are mostly affected by boredom. So now reading the paragraph, which is of the word count of 136 words. Like I have been reminding you, don't just keep on reading and don't try to reread the paragraph also. These are the symptoms telling you that you are not applying the tips. What are the tips? Read the list of headings properly, understand them properly, and go through the paragraph and see how it is matching to the words here. Isn't it? So, chalo, let's see. Psychologist Sandy Mann at the University of Central Lancashire, UK, goes further. All emotions are there for the reason, including boredom, she says. So from here the sentences, till here the sentence is completed. What is the meaning of the sentence? She says that all emotions are there for a reason. Children, until and unless you understand every line, and from there until you make up the main point of all those lines, you cannot solve the list of headings. So let's do in that way. What is the first sentence telling? It is all the emotions which are there for a reason, including boredom. So is it any heading which is speaking about all the emotions? which are possible for a reason? No. And again, like I was telling you, if you are focusing only on the word like all emotions, and if you are matching with the word feelings, then it is certainly an incorrect reading because it is leading to an inappropriate answer. This is not the way. The paragraph begins with stating that emotions, including boredom, they have a reason. So, what is the reason? So, let's continue. It says, man has found that being bored. Now, she has found it. She has found what? She has found the reason that being bored makes us more creative. Being bored is being in boredom. What is the result? Making us more creative. And yes, here we got the meaning of these lines. So probably it happens to be the productive outcomes that may result from being bored. Productive is speaking about the creativeness. Let's still match it. So we are all afraid of being bored, but in actual fact, it can lead to all kinds of amazing things, she says. All kinds of amazing things. All kind of amazing things are amazing, that is productive outcomes. Here it is said in a clear way, the plurals, that is outcomes. What are the outcomes? Here it is specified that all kinds. So thereby this becomes a perfect match. Still, I am explaining you that how the other lines should be ignored or can be a trap answer. In experiments published last year, man found that people who had been made 10 feel bored by copying numbers out of the phone book for 15 minutes came up with more creative ideas about how to use a polystyrene cup than a control group. So here she gave an example. Examples are not the headings. Headings need to be a summary. So, and the summaries cannot be with examples, isn't it? So, this line is an explanation, is an example. So, this is again eliminated. Eliminated sentences are in red. Moving on, Marin concluded. So, this is the conclusion, that is the outcome. So, possibility there that it can be an answer again. That a passive, boring activity, children try to learn and read also properly because that again takes you to the correct score. So, what is the activity? It is the passive, boring activity is best for creativity. Again, it brings out with the best results because it allows the mind to wander. In fact, she goes so far as to suggest that we would seek out more boredom in our lives. So because creativity is there, it allows our mind to think more. So it is bringing up with positive results. So answer is positive outcomes that may result from the boredom. Paragraph C takes the option 1.